Hi, I'm Rolf Rosenkrantz, editor with Devex, and I'm speaking today with Adva Saldinger, our Devex impact reporter, who is in New York City attending the Shared Value Leadership Summit. Adva, what's going on there? What's the buzz today?
Yeah, I think one of the key things that we've heard so far today, Michael Porter, who coined this phrase shared value and was really key in starting this movement, opened the day with the keynote address and talked about sort of the evolution of shared value as a concept and sort of as an approach to businesses doing good and being socially responsible, be that on environmental or community issues, while also making money. And I think that's sort of what we're here talking about. He talked about there still being some key challenges in getting to really sort of a widespread adoption and having shared value really take off as a movement. That really, the foundation has sort of been laid at this point. There are companies that are doing it. People are talking about it. People are less frequently asking, what is it? And how to do it and starting to actually do it. And so one of the key challenges he raised is that there's really a reluctance on the part of business to talk about profiting by doing good. And one of the challenges about this lack of discussion around profiting by doing good is that really to be able to make the business case that this is critical for the bottom line of a business, you have to be able to talk about how you're profiting by also doing good. And he really talked about the sort of last big frontier in this space being the investment community and talked a little bit about how it's crucial now, as shared value takes off, for investors to also be able to see that value and be investing in businesses that are making these commitments to doing good.
Interesting, and this comes at on a day when the International Finance Corporation, which you just mentioned, released a new consumer survey or a new consumer report that essentially outlines the consumer spending capacity in the developing world. So there seems to be a push by the IFC as well as the World Bank Group overall to convince businesses to invest in the developing world, and I guess by extension also investors from Wall Street and elsewhere. To do the same. So what else? What other things have you heard at the event today that you might be interested in our community?
Certainly speaking to that point, I saw that report came out, and I think one of the key takeaways is that a lot of businesses are realizing the potential, right? Businesses are realizing that there are huge untapped markets in the developing world, and until they can really find creative ways to tap those markets, they're not going to reach their full potential, especially as we look ahead in the years to come. There was an interesting discussion sort of looking at the implications of these shared value efforts on company brand and on their ability to reach broader markets, and really interesting perspective from Visa, which said that they did a really big internal look at sort of what issues are going to impact the company and looked at financial inclusion as a place where they can really make a difference, not only because it's critical to get these people who are unbanked as part of the system, but because for Visa there's a clear business value, that as they use the emerging technologies which are making this easier and cheaper to reach everyone wherever they are, they can also eventually be people who are using Visa products. And so that if they're not thinking about that in their long-term business planning, they're missing out on an incredible business opportunity.
Interesting. So this summit is going on for one more day, and you'll be there to cover it for us. What are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to be having continuing conversations with people who are here and who are working heavily on these issues. Looking forward to a conversation with Nestle and with Visa. We're going to hear from Walmart, and then we're also going to hear from the Rockefeller Foundation and TechnoServe, sort of about partnerships and how partnerships across sectors are really helping to advance this space as well.
Wonderful. We'll be watching this space. Thanks so much for being there for us, and talk with you very soon.
Great. Thanks.